Hey guys, it's Darkjaden123 bringing you my Fusion Gate hero deck list. It's a deck list I've been wanting to make for a while. I just finished this deck on Saturday. I went to LA Regionals. I was 4-4, and then I dropped the last two matches. Um, I went in there with the fair deck, and then I kind of sold it after round 8. Oh, and I pulled a Roach. Yes, I pulled a Roach. It was great. So anyway, let's get to the deck list. I have 2 Destiny Hero Defender. He's a defender. 2700 defense, 100 attack. I mean, even Synchros can't get over him. I mean, they gotta go for something really, really big. And when he's in face-up defense position, during your opponent's standby phase, they get to draw a card. They draw 2 cards per turn. The way I see it, if they don't draw anything they need, they're just decking out faster. But he's never on the field during their standby phase. I usually fuse with him, then he's gone, and then yes. 2 Elemental Hero Heat. Heat's really good. He's 1600 base attack and then gains 200 for every elemental hero on the field, including himself. He'll always be at least 1800 unless someone failures him. I mean, that's never happened, but I guess it could happen. But, yeah. Most hero decks, their strongest monsters, Alias. He gets over Alias with only one other hero on the field. So it's like, yeah, Falco Punch. That's Falco Punch Jr., though. Yeah. 3 Alias. Alias 1900 attack, 1300 defense, level 4 light warrior. Alias, he's a Gemini monster. His Gemini effect makes him a Neos. He's just basically a 1900 normal monster. But he's a light, so he's shining fodder all day long. And he's a beater, which is pretty nice. But I'd rather have a heat on most occasions. 2 Oceans. Oceans bring back everything, and they're the only cards I have that will make zeros. 1 Stratos. Stratos searches. Stratos pops back row. Great thing is Stratos can search out Defender too. So if I really, really need the defense and I don't need Alias, Heat, Voltic, Ocean, anything, I'll go for Defender. Never happened though. 2 Triple Voltic. This deck removes from play a lot, but yeah, Voltic brings them back, and then I can use their effects and either fuse with them again, or I can Exceed. Voltic's really, really good and can be searched by Phantom Magician. 2 Wildheart. He's unaffected by traps. Mirror Force, Torrential, Bottomless, all that stuff. He's like, no. He cuts it in half, and he proceeds to rape your life points. He makes Gaias. He's fodder for every other fusion. Yeah. He punches stuff, and then cuts it with the sword. And then he eats it, because he's black. And then finally, 2 Phantom Magician. He's a level 3 monster. The only monsters in here that aren't level 4. 600 attack, 700 defense. When he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can search out any hero monster with 1000 or less attack points and special summon them in face-up defense position. You go for Defender or Voltic, but most of the time it'll be Defender. I'll go for Voltic if I know for sure that I can get a clear direct attack. Yeah, that's it for the monsters. There's 17 monsters on the spells. 1 Dark Hole. Staple, spell, monster removal. Triple E-Call. I mean, I'm only running 17 monsters. I need to get them to them quicker, especially when I can fuse from my hand and all this other stuff. So, e-call, normally e-call Stratos, and then search for Alias. The main card in this deck, triple Fusion Gate. Fusion Gate, sorry about that. Fusion Gate is beautiful. Fusion monsters can be fusion summoned without polymerization, and the materials are removed from play instead of going to grave. Ideal card to make Shining. Just remove any of my 6 light monsters and any of the other, 7 elemental hero monsters. It's like, okay, yes, fuse, summon, Shining, and then you win. Because Shining is the greatest. 2 Miracle Fusions. For those heroes that go to the grave, when fusions get destroyed, or they just seem to run over stuff, fuse from the grave, summon a Shining, summon a Zero, summon Falcon Punch, yeah. Monster Reborn, you can actually reborn Adoration, which is really great, because, yeah, he kills Spirit Reaper. 2 Super Poly, greatest quick play spell card ever. Arguably one of the best cards in the game. Super Poly, you can fuse anywhere on the field, well, with any monsters on the field, for the cost of discarding a card, and it cannot be chained to. This card is broken. When the rest of the elemental hero fusions come out, this card will get hit. Heroes will top. Triple Super Poly is allowed, but there's no need to run more than 2. And finally, 1 Terraforming. This deck relies on Fusion Gate, so if you can't get it, you're kind of effed. So use Terraforming to search for it. Now onto the traps. My trap lineup's really weird, be warned, but it works. 2 Bottomless Trapple, kind of stapley. 1 Dark Bribe. I used to run 2, and then I took it out for something else. You'll see in a minute. Hero Signal. Anything dies. Hero Signal, Special Ocean, and then just grab it back. Really good, and it's really, really shiny. Magic Cylinder, negate attacks, deal damage. Personally, don't like having my monsters touched. Magic Cylinder's a great card, just Mirror Force staple. In every deck, it doesn't matter what you're running, you need a Mirror Force. Just blow up everything. 1 Paradox Fusion. Paradox Fusion's another solvent. You negate spells, traps, or special summons by removing from play a fusion monster for 2 turns, and then you return it during your second end phase after it's been activated. It's not special summon, so it can't be warning. It's just returned. And it's a counter trap. Yay. Return from a different dimension. My heroes get removed a lot with Fusion Gate, so it's like, yeah, why not have this? It's really good. OTK. Yeah, because that makes OTKs. Solemn Judgment. Chuck Norris says no. Pay half your life points. Negate any spell, trap, or summon. Apparently it can't negate summons through other card effects, so it's only inherent summons. Need a warning so I can get all them other pesky summons, like Fader. And finally, 1 United Front. I took this out for a bribe. It's a really great tech card, actually. This card can only be activated while you control 2 or more face-up monsters with the same level. Negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. So basically, every single monster in my deck, with the exception of 2, is level 4. The fusions all have the same level except for Gaia and Draco Ekis. No matter what I have on the field, as long as I have 2 of them, I can negate any trap. Mirror Force, Bribe, Call the Haunted, Solemn, they all go bye-bye. And now, onto my fusions, because they're sexy. 2, Elemental Hero, Absolute Zero. He gains 500 for every water monster in the field. Can only be summoned with an Elemental Hero, Destiny Hero, Evil Hero, I guess now Vision Hero or Masked Hero, and 1 water. And here's the shitty part. Yeah, when it leaves the field, any kind of way, destroy every single monster your opponent controls. And this thing is a freaking suicide bomb. If I'm afraid of my opponent's back row, I'll attack with a 0. Why? They Mirror Force, they lose their field too. 1 Elemental Hero Gaia. Gaia, 1 Elemental Hero and 1 Earth monster. He steals half of your monster's attack points when he gets on the field, and then he gains it himself. And if he attacks that monster, basically you'll be taking 22 because the 2 halves cancel out. Level 6, why couldn't you be level 8 like everything else? It'd be so much easier for United Front, but no. 2, Elemental Hero Nova Master, aka Falcon Punch. See, this is my absolute favorite Elemental Hero fusion. I'm a really big fire guy, but nah. So, when he destroys it's an Elemental Hero monster and a fire monster. When he destroys a monster by battle, he gets to draw a card. There's nothing else, really simple, you draw a lot. 1, 2, 3. It's my second favorite hero monster, and the best card in this deck, I guess. Elemental Hero The Shining. 1 Elemental Hero monster and 1 light monster. It's incredibly easy to summon, take those pesky marshmallows, make one of these. The end. He gains 300 for every remove from play Elemental Hero, and when he's sent to the graveyard, I get 2 remove from play Elemental Heroes to my hand. So basically, when he's destroyed, you get back what you made with it. And then you do it again. 1 Vision Hero Adoration. Adoration's really good. 2800 attack. Use any 2 hero monsters once per turn. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and 1 face-up hero monster you control. Your opponent's target loses the attack of the hero monster until the end phase. Adoration gets over Spirit Reaper. Adoration with Shining makes practically every monster in the game 0 attack points, which is really good. Just stupid. Oh, and it can be Monster Reborn. It doesn't have the pesky little text that say it can't. Yeah. 1 Draco Ekeist for all those dragon synchros, because those seem to be the only synchros that are used these days. You know, he's 3200, so he gets over a lot. And I can remove from play a dragon type synchro on any player's graveyard, and he gains that effect and the name until the end phase. So yeah, I steal your monster, and then I steal it some more, just to piss you off. And then you can't use it ever again. And then finally, 2, number 39, Utopia. 2 level 4 monsters make this rank 4 exceed, and you can detach 1 to negate an attack when your opponent declares an attack. And when he has no materials and is targeted for attack, it's destroyed. I've double KO'd a Utopia with a Stardust when Utopia had no materials. Utopia is a boss. Utopia is great. Yeah, that's just about it. Still waiting for Elemental Hero Escuridao and Elemental Hero Great Tornado to make this deck truly broken, fuse with every single monster in the game, except for those Egyptian gods, Gur. Yeah, thanks for watching. Any suggestions or, questions, comments, comment, rate, subscribe, please. Thank you. I love it.